Hey, good evening, everybody. Tonight we've got kind of a special sketchcarding live, cardboarding live. I don't know what it's called anymore, but we're going to bring in another guest artist tonight and just have a discussion and review some of his art and look at it. So a lot of you know Bobby B. He's a lot in the chat, and he's a great one of the sketch artists for today. So I'm waiting more time and bring it in.
Everyone?
Hey, I think we're on. There we go.
Nice.
There we go. We have some technical problems, but we're good. Yeah,
Hey,
I think the
everyone.
signal's good. Hey. Bobby, you've got the whole setup behind you there. It's great. Looks good tonight. You've got more than I've got. I've got very little setup behind me.
Yeah, I've tried.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good.
We do wrong button. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
That's it.
Well, we've got new software going. We've got new cameras and new everything set up. So it's all new night of all kinds of new problems, I'm sure. But it's all right. Well, Bobby, it's good to see you. I had a good discussion with Bobby yesterday. I got to really talk to him, and we've chatted back and forth for a while, but got to really have an in-depth conversation about, what you've been doing with sketch cards and doing sculptures and everything, and kind of your whole past and history with working with GPK and things. And it's fascinating to me. But for those who don't know, I mean, Bobby started with, I believe, in 2021 with the Food Fight set, right? Is that the first set you worked with? Yeah, the first retail set. And then he's worked on the elusive and missing vacation set as well, which we'd like to see, as well as Disgusting Dating 2022 and Ta-da Bookworms, which some of you have in your hands right now. I get a box tomorrow in the mail. So exciting new path for you there. You've been doing GPK for a while now. You're an old timer. So how's it been?
I've really enjoyed it. I mean, it still feels like the real early in the grand scheme. Really enjoying community, creating the videos I do, sharing them with everyone, just kind of encourage people to have a go. I know the video is quite sped up. You always kind of or what not. It's kind of on the in them as well, because I'm a swine for finishing it when it's just a hobby or something I want to do random. When I'm filming it and going to put some up on my YouTube, have a reason. Yeah, lots of kind of spin off from it. Really started my channel drawing for Falcon Top, just because it's really so it's opportunity to be in, especially living in because you led really off for another in the UK, but just you want to try and do something, and it might happen. So really enjoying it so far. Kind of dream in a way. Kind of hold back of vacation. Filmed all my sketches for vacation, as well as book. I'm only now the kind of release pictures of videos. So got a computer for videos from vacation, videos from Bookworms, one because I don't think I'd be able to record it. I just use my kind of recording it, kind of took it all off me and able to purge my phone of something.
Yeah, I know you're telling me you were recording so much on the phone, you were filling up on space and having to. I remember doing that with the cat. I used to have a digital camcorder beside me I'd record with, and I'm always running out of space, dumping data here and there. I bought more and more hard drives. I just got a stack of hard drives full of content and memory cards everywhere, and it just got to be messy. I do it with the PC now, and it's saving me some space, thank goodness. But it's a little more efficient. Am I coming through okay? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear perfect. Yeah.
Good.
Am I?
You were choppy for me, but that might be me. It could be my connection down, so it's fine. Yeah, we'll open up chat in a little bit. People can comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bobby's channel on YouTube is Bobby B. It's just easy to remember if you search for it. Bobby B, and you can just search with GPK, and it'll come up pretty fast. And he's got a lot of great videos up there. Some stuff he did recently. I saw you know, like you were saying, you put videos up today. I thought for Bookworms, right? You've got several up there. You pop.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice on them I've kind of gone kind of drawing them, and it was down to time zones, the timeline. I always worry about shipping them time, just in case or something like that. It'd break my heart if I didn't actually end there. I wish I suppose I had more time or done something different. It's one of them things I'd finished a lot sooner because of the technique try and get through them. And I don't think we took a seat for that, but it is, if you know what I mean. I'd never really tried to sketch in a pencil sketch first. It worked, and it made it quite fun. You really had no idea how they got the way you do them.
Yeah. It's a new challenge, for you to do technique, and yeah, I see that. And what Bobby's saying too is like, you know, trying to combine steps in your process and skip over a step, if you will. You're not really skipping it; you're just doing something a little differently, and it's different skills, and you know, you get into a comfort zone of how you produce some kind of thing, or art or whatever it might be, anything really. And with those timelines, you know, this is one of the shortest timelines we had in a while for retail sets. The online sets are usually pretty short already, but the retail sets usually, you know, we got accustomed to a month and a half if it was nice. And vacation, we got 5 months, so it was crazy. For various reasons, obviously, we got that, but I mean, we'll never see that again. I don't think. You know, and some of us still probably worked on it the last minute. That's fine. I mean, I've always said, you know, I thought that vacation will have some of the best sketch art we've had, or some of the, you know, people had time to really put some love and care in that. And
really that pull sketches from eventually when it
that's the set.
when it eventually September. So fingers crossed we do see something September.
I think it's I was interested. I saw some stats on some of the prints. Like they're going to print a lot of, or they did print a lot of Bookworm. So I thought that was interesting. Topps had said they didn't have, or there was rumors about not having enough card stock, or, you know, the card stock's different because it's a paper layer with a sticker thing on it. So it's a different kind of stock, obviously, but I guess they burned it all up on Bookworm for a while to meet some contracts. But, you know, I hope we see it in September. I don't know. I think we'll probably see Chrome 5 before we see it. I don't know. Or Chrome 4. We're supposed to see Chrome 4 right next month, so we'll see. That's a quick release too. That's quick. That's back to back.
So. Which is to think that chasing their Chrome 4 rainbow comes out. I imagine it's there. It's, well, go as they announce. It's never set in stone. These dates are always kind of, but considering the drought of 40 people kind of in like a Walmart or something, you don't get it at all over it. Yeah. So
yeah, you've got to pay a lot for shipping and things over there, right? Can you buy it on the website? I mean, not that you would, probably would be expensive, but
with food to get the hobby box. So I got, but the odds for put on the hobby box is I think and two blue
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I suppose if I'd have bought more, I might have had them. From what I've seen
Mm-hmm.
of people on YouTube, it's saw a plate channel.
Mm.
I saw come out of a hot box. So collect the plate.
Yeah, that.
So
Yeah.
cool. I don't. I've happened again, but someone else took from. So obviously you get some plates. I can in a minute, so I'm not going to be from
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bookworms. I strike it rich.
Yeah, I have one
But
box. I've got one hobby box coming. That's all I got so far. I'll probably look for the mega boxes out in the retail and grab one or something. And I like to find the retail ones still. I still like that. And my son and I will open one or two or something. And I will probably end up buying a built set. I get a cheap set off eBay or something that's just a full set, base set. And I'm good. I'm good once I have
I
that. And
don't.
I'll put a box on the shelf as I told you I keep a box of everything that we're part of or everything we worked
Mm,
on and throw it on the shelf and then yeah, we'll see. We'll see how common it is, how hard it is to find at retail. I don't know. I don't I still think I predicted like on a GPK live stream, I was like, I bet it'll be hard to find at retail. Like it'll trickle out here and there and then it'll be harder. But hey, maybe I'll be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Hope everyone finds all
mm.
the cards they can, but it's just been hard to find anything on the shelves. But I don't know.
Hopefully it's going to be the story. It should be tomorrow. Hopefully people are going to go
Mhm,
in. It's going to
mhm.
be morning.
Now, I haven't seen many sketches pulled yet. Like I haven't really scoured the internet for them either, but I've looked at it a little bit. I'm sure somebody's got hit something, but because there's been a few like live pulls and things.
Mm.
But I'm
Try
excited to see
pull.
that. I always love to see that. That's
It's, I've not seen them on any YouTube video.
mm,
We say they've pulled one of mine from.
hmm
Um, but yeah, I've seen an Andrew Bookworms already.
hmm
I think I just saw a photo. But yeah, it's my out. It's funny when we were kind of all keeping an eye on the
hmm
majority of sketches just appear. We just like, and we see how much they sell for. Everyone knows that we don't get a generous payment
hmm
from top.
No,
But
no, we're still waiting on those generous payments. Yeah,
yeah,
I checked my mailbox a few hours ago for a check. I'm waiting. I didn't get anything. So, um, but yeah, you're right. I've seen a lot of artists post up sketch work. I guess once the cards were in the wild a little bit, a lot of people went ahead and started posting up their sketch card work, which is a little early, but it is what it is. And I don't
yeah,
blame the artist on that. I blame
no,
Topps not communicating well on that. They never have. Um, they actually never officially come out and tell us when we can release them. They just have it in a contract, pretty much like release upon you can things upon release, but when is release? You gonna tell us? And they never. I mean, unless we go out there and look and know, we don't really know. So I think it's on them. But yeah, there's a lot of people who posted last week, and I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to post. I just have other things going on too. I mean, I know people who posted Monday, Friday, Thursday, today. It doesn't matter anymore. It's cat's out of the bag. So, but it's good to see him. A lot of good artwork out there. I saw a lot more colored sketches than I thought I would see. Um, a little more basic on detail, but hey, I get that. I mean, I do because we had such a little less. I mean, I think I had about 5 to 4 days less time too. I had to go pick mine up. Mine were misdelivered, ate away. So, uh, and I had one less weekend for another arrangement. That was something too, Bobby. Is they moved the dates for us on those after we signed the contracts or accepted because that was harder. I was planning to do more work earlier in that month in April, and I didn't get the cards. So, you know,
that's just
but I'm glad they're
kind
out.
of invite that went out. Another invite that went out with dates and everything, weren't there? It was a
Hmm.
good couple
Hmm.
of weeks after. But no,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a wild ride. I'm looking forward I'm ready
Mm-hmm.
ready to do something. But
Yeah, yeah. Well, the fall's coming,
being,
and I think there's an invite to come in the fall. I think so. If
yeah,
they want to at least prepare for next series one next year, I'm pretty sure those will of course fall in line with that. I think that'd be wise just to release Vacation and be done with it. So for the year,
no,
because they got a lot. There's so much product. I don't see how they would do well with the customer base. It's just two Chromes and yeah, it's just a big mess. I doubt
especially
they'll see as many pre-orders.
people are still waiting for the order, so I can understand
Hmm.
people's hesitance to pre prior to getting. So
Hmm.
it I mean, I get it with Walmart, so I kind of stand
Yeah. That's a
why.
big contract, and they don't want to piss that retailer off. I mean, they have a lot of power, and they buy a lot of their other mainline products, the baseball line, and that's an important relationship to keep. So I get it. It's there's all the artists are happy the set's out. All the finishing card artists are happy. All the management, I'm sure, is happy it's out too. Tops in general is just a big machine, and um,
Well, I've not
we're all happy.
seen a lot, but they look. What I have seen, the art on them or some kind of puns on them are cool. Because I've not
Hmm.
seen them all. Cool. I'd need to have a better look my head around the
Hmm.
pun, but it's only down
Yeah.
to me knowing the book. Or, but the few that I have seen are
Hmm. I haven't seen all the box are in hand. Like I've seen a picture of the mega box today. I saw someone who had found one at a Walmart, and I was surprised. And maybe I'm just wrong about when you open it, but I thought it'd be more book themed, like it would be like a book or something, or some kind of opening, some kind of
yeah,
creative box. And they may have done something I'm unaware of for the collector's edition. I just don't know. Like they did for the 35th, which was a trash can. Food Fight was pretty nice. I mean, I think there's one back here. This
yeah,
was, I know it's a 10 box, but it's 10. It's kind of nice, so I like that.
yeah.
Um,
The only problem
I
with
like
that,
when they. Mhm.
sorry, get rid of. So if you buy a ton of these little, just like,
Yeah, that is a problem. You're right.
well,
You're right about that. Well, Bobby, I'm sure there are collectors who'd be happy to take them off your hands if you want to get rid of your 10s. They'll take them from you, I'm sure.
blind all sorts of knickknacks to stick in. They're all
Yeah.
kind of.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's what I did with my Copics, right? The Copics are you know, in the 10.
they're perfect for
Yeah, yeah.
bits of the ones I tend to use. Just I've got the
The chows. Hmm. Yeah, I've got a couple of the
they
chows too. I use them. Yeah, they're good. But I can't use them in the airbrush technically. You can sort of rig them up to work, but you're not supposed to because they bleed out of ink too fast. But yeah, I have mainly Sketch and not chows. But yeah, because I just airbrush so much now, it makes more sense. And where I'm at in the States, it's harder for me actually to get the chow than it is to get the Sketch. So um, like
it's
one
weird.
retailer has them. Hmm.
It's my you get little sets and set, but it doesn't have. I would use to do a skin tone. So so I'd use that. Use the other ones I've got. Use them for something else, just not a skin. But buying on eBay and so expensive. So I end up. I've not. You can refill as well as you can refill yours. Tend to just buy near to if it's something like a skin, get a couple and
Hmm.
see how it goes. But it's a cheap way of doing it. Eventually, I'd like to find or get a proper setup that I can easily damage it and nibs and even though you can buy
Yeah,
like,
the
also
replacement
not.
nibs I've done those replacement nibs to try to save them, but sometimes you can't get them to come back right. And like the various inks they used to have, these, they don't sell these anymore. They sell you the smaller version. This is a skin tone type ink, and this is, the same price. So they sell it as a more portable option with a little. Yeah, I never needed this. I needed a bigger amount of ink, but
Mm.
yeah, I mean, I've refilled the grays more than anything. I think that's the ones I've saved on. And in the end, after 5 refills on them, I probably just got mad and bought a set. But at the time, if Copics are expensive, so if you can make them last, some of mine are from 2014. So I mean, I feel really good about like having Copics for that long, or 2015. Like having them that long, I think is pretty good. And
I
I've
think
replaced a lot. I've got yeah.
so many different types compared to them. Sometimes I'll use it to slightly different color and them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll with the markers all the time. Skin tones, I'm almost Copic just because I like the outcome from that.
I've got some of these. I've got this set from Touch. So it's the Shin Han Art. They're Korean. You can kind of get the camera right. These touch markers. If I can kind of put them in the. I'll put them down here. Hold on a second. Let's fix the camera. But these are for a while. These were kind of like the number 2 markers, say, but that's not true anymore. Let me go to my main cam here. Here we go. So it's not a better camera, but there we go. A little bit better camera for this. But these I use, and this is a skin tone set here, Bobby. And I used these one time for a set where I had ran out of skin tones that were good. The nibs were all destroyed, and I sort of had to I got frustrated and didn't have time to get the right markers I needed. So I went and moved to these, and they were great. They're a little more cherry reddish, like when I was working on them. So I've done skin tones where they're more brown toned, and I've done them more where they're more red toned. It makes natural sense, but like I've done them both ways, and these were not bad. And this is what I use a lot. I think I've shown this. You've probably seen these. Is these are superior, the fluorescents, and I get these off. I think they're off Amazon for about $35 US, or $30 roughly. They last and they cover really well. Great black light markers. Better than the Copics. The Copic orange is pretty good in comparison to this one. They equal, but they don't have anything like these. These are great. A few different kind of reds and purples, and the green is awesome, and so is the yellow. So the green's like almost like a yellow green 06, a little bit, but a little bright. So, but yeah, these are great markers too. These are great. And there are other brands. I use Prismacolor as well, which is harder to find now. I don't know; those aren't as popular in the UK or were available. They were more of a US brand for a while, but I know the pencils are over there, but the markers are kind of a bygone thing. They sell them in sets now only. They used to sell them individually, but they have non-replaceable nibs, but they're pretty close to a Copic in quality, and they cost a little bit less at the time, but you can't get them individually. So what are you going to do? If one goes out, what do? You I don't know.
That's it. This is wonderful. Or small sets, especially. I've got a pen somewhere, and I used to use, and I'd use it home for skin tones, original to get some Copic. And as soon as that ran out, whole set to replace, because the other colors, and you couldn't tell screwed. So Copics, and I never really went. They're cool.
So while I had these up, I had the camera on. I was going to show you. I'd gotten a few of these late last week, so I've got some of the white covers for the Madballs versus GPK. Pretty cool. And then they did a green cover. I think we've seen some of these online. A few artists have worked on them, and I love that the backs, you can work on the back as well, and that is so much better than the there was one version of the IDW version from Putacular that I don't have it. I can grab a Putacular, but this version here, they did a version like this that it was thicker and it had double-sided, but most of them are not. So the backs, you can only do art on the front side. And these are pretty nice to draw. I really like drawing on these. These feel exactly the same. I'm going to work on one this week. But
to get some of those, but they're so kind of.
Well, maybe I can send you something. Maybe I can send you one over. That'd be all right. I can do that. I've got a few extras. for sure. I got a stack of them. I got them, and I looked the next day, Bobby, and they were all sold out. And I bought a few of these and
They
a few of these. I will, yeah.
sold out, and then there was more on there, but then they sold out.
Now I bought these out of New York, Midtown Comics. I bought them out of there, and I hadn't bought from them before in a long time, or maybe I always planned to, but I got these. It was really cool. They came wrapped in a box in plastic, but they had like the old school like brown paper around them, like I used to remember buying comics when I was a kid, and it was really neat. So, but yeah, good quality finish on these, and the artwork inside is pretty nice too. I didn't read the comic yet. Thumbed through it a little bit. It's Jason Crosby, I think, is the main artist and colorist. Yeah, so cool.
One of the because there was a couple of covers all covered.
Yeah. So, yep. So Joe Simcoe has worked on a cover A here. He did several covers, and there's 21 variants to this thing. 21 variants. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't buy anything but the blanks this time. I did buy the past set, but the past set's kind of old. It came out in 2013, I think, ish, around that time frame, 2013, 14. So those comics are quite old. And they're hard to get. I mean, they're $50 a pop, I think, on eBay. So,
yeah. Well, I've always wanted one of the Hollywood comics. Never had the opportunity. I've got a couple of Puke-tacular.
Yeah, the Puke-tacular ones have the bar on them, so that's kind of nice. But I think I have one of the Gross Encounters or two or so. I don't know. Left. And I don't think I've got. Yeah, there's two of those, but yeah, I don't think I have a Hollywood anymore. I think I used to have one, but yeah, it's just really great too. And I don't know if you've seen, but they also have the one for Garbage Pail Origins coming out, also published by Dynamite. The one that's written partially written by Adam Goldberg, and some artwork on it is by Jeff Zapata. Is actually out for pre-order as well. And it's got a nice blue Garbage Pail banner at the top, like a regular banner, and it says Origins below it. So it's a real nice and just a white cover. So really nice platform to draw on there. So yeah, maybe for Christmas you'll find something, Bobby. I don't know. We'll see. I have some of these. You've got, but you've got enough on your hands too. Let me get back on camera here. Let's fix this. But so you've got some other stuff laying around there, don't you? Not to even talk about sketch cards. You do a lot of figurines, and they're awesome. I've seen so many of these that are impressive. And do you have a few over there?
I do. I've got some I've showed off in the noise show them off again.
Nice.
Young people.
That's cool.
Got there.
Very nice. Yeah. So Bobby, I mean, you've been making these for a while, yeah.
Yeah, good. It started with this one and met up with on the first year I went. An awesome sketch from I don't know how to pronounce it. The name Shendu.
Yeah.
And I sculpted this to Hop that he drawn for me. This was and
yeah, sure, cool.
While I was there, it brought it down to a level where I thought viable that I could do kind of kind of something. If you just keep, you might get a chance. I was actually picturing before, and I stopped, went to the show, just and then I never actually carried on. I keep meaning to fit it in a video at some point, I suppose.
Wow.
I mean, even though it's quite it's
Garbage dump. Oh
but
yeah, yeah. Like
it's
very reminiscent of like Simcoe's Where's Waldo spoof. Yeah. Similar.
from like this from like
Yep.
that kind of
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
change characters in there, but like I said, years ago, and it probably needs all over again, to be honest. But like good, but a lot of it was just painting, and the paint over it once,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd feel what was going to be there.
Yeah.
I've got a project that I've kind of did like that one, and continue with it or crack on with it, or but find yourself occupied with it like me. But there's another one, creepy
Scary Carrie, yeah. Creepy
purple.
Carol, yeah.
And I did this one. It's quite story to it. Initially,
I bet.
I wanted to build Boney Joni, but because she's got such a, thin, it weren't it up because the kind of it's not well, but it's pliable still. Even if I was to build it out of that spine, it didn't have worked. So to build, have a lean up against Wendy, which I just didn't to kind of lean with her made. But that I decided to have a lying down because I used glass.
Oh, this is really neat. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just scratching the paint off, scratching it off. I thought, gosh, she looks so. So I ended up just kind of sculpting her with a instead. I don't know. That's just how it looked, I suppose. It's a weird one.
That's pretty neat.
I'm working on it at the minute. It's
Oh,
Matt.
yeah. Fat Matt.
For
yeah.
I've got to paint this one. It's I'll be up to tomorrow on it.
That's neat. Yeah. So you're doing
here.
most of these. You just did these for fun, right, Bobby? You didn't. Some of these are you got a few commissions, right? But most of these you just did for yourself, right?
Almost so far, I've either random something that reminds me of the character, incorporate that, or hence why there were commissions. I'd sending them out. There's a couple deal or no deal recently. Lots of reactions. Bought anything yet? People to buy Daisy Mason.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome looking. Yeah.
I've got to get. I was on holiday, and there was just no signal while I couldn't communicate to any nightmare. But I made a good while ago. At the minute,
wow,
the clock, but it's
atom bombs explosion. Yeah, and that's neat. I don't think I've ever seen that. I might have missed that in the videos if you had one, but that's awesome. Yeah.
Pulled it off to kind of show a picture at the end of a video. So really showing that off, really. Showing off just because it did show you yesterday.
Yeah.
Attempts to make John soap.
Junk Free John. Yeah.
They're scented. The way I've coloured them with
Mhm.
it's not a viable soap. It's like
Mhm. Mhm.
an dirty.
Oh,
That'd be a good
wow.
idea for I suppose.
Mhm. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Showed you. Yes, which is some I've got recorded. I've just finishing it, so I've not got load. Is in
Like a mad
this,
ball kind of yeah.
the main reason halted is because the result at the minute far from desirable.
It's the early version. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
an idea at
Right.
this point. It's something you throw enough sticks, but a lot of it falls to whether or not you upload them into the floor or not.
Do you you ever thought about making casts of some of your figurines so you can reproduce them if you wanted to? I mean, I guess you could. You could make a cast and do a few.
A weird one. A lot of the too intricate to, or just to a point where it's. Sorry.
There'll be a point break the mold when you're pulling it out. If still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Actually, yeah, that's better.
Mhm.
Better for me. I couldn't hear you very well before, but that
Oh,
would have been on my end.
It's difficult to. I tried to with an Adam bomb, which is another video that I've not uploaded yet, but it's come together really well. A bit of a mold for it. I've got basically I built with the idea to articulate it, with the idea to put so I built it in parts so it could all be kind of articulated, and
yeah, okay.
this
So
bit
you could
kind of fit in there.
Stack the explosion if you wanted to. Okay.
That's it. And the idea behind it, the version that I've finished.
So mine,
well,
my Funko Pop one just comes out every time it breaks off. So I just I left it off.
Yeah, that would happen with this one. But the reason why I did that, if I can, sorry, my desk sometimes in projects.
Oh, it couldn't be any worse than my desk. My desk is my whole room here is just destroyed all the time. Yeah. It's organized chaos, though, Bobby. That's what it is. You know where everything's at. We know what you do.
That's it. That's the thing. It's only because I've tidied up a little bit. Put up there it is. Covered up the things. So basically, the idea is kind of lighting up a bit too much on the camera, so it's hard to see. But made a cast of this, and then cast that in like a clear. Orange.
Sure. Yeah.
So I could insert
like an LED light or something. Yeah.
And then the idea is that will pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
There. And then I've also with a 3D printer.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Kind of boom that when it's in place, the light will kind of travel up a little bit.
We'll travel up the column and kind of light up the whole effect. Yeah.
That's pretty. The main reason why I made that is there's one that Tops was probably more viable to make cost-wise. I wanted one of those. I didn't like as much. So I wanted to make one for myself, essentially, but think, I could make it in a way so if someone else did want one, I could make one.
Sure, you could do one-offs. Yeah, sure. They never produced Tops? Didn't finalize that, did they? They were going to make a lamp sort of atom bomb, and they had like a
That's right.
they had the Imperial red jacket, and they had the regular blue jacketed version, I thought.
Pictures I've
And someone
seen
had
of it.
we've seen prototypes of those, but I don't believe they ever produced those. I never saw those because those were really
Apparently,
nice.
they're doing a version that I've recently seen a picture. It's just like the sitting Funko Pop. Wow, it looks like a Funko in position, which is
the
cool.
big Funko. Yeah, and the Funko too falls off the disc. Falls off too, and this fall comes off too. But yeah, like
My big one,
a sitting version of Funko. Yeah. This one I actually got it off. I have one in the box, and I had one that I got from in a lot. I bought a lot years ago and got this along with all Series 1 for about $25. I thought it was a really good deal.
Wow.
But he usually stays on the shelf, and then it shifts around and he falls off occasionally. He attacked me last month, so atom bomb's always attacking me here. It's not a good story to tell. It just makes me cringe when the stuff falls on the floor. I'm like, oh no. Well, anyway.
Oh no, I hate it.
It's not like, it's out of the box anyway.
Especially with the way I keep this. So I try to keep everything in its place on its shelf. So if I need something to go, but sometimes the shelves get hectic. So I know but sometimes it takes longer to find it. Probably just like that.
Yeah.
Some other things I've got that this, it started off as a video. I was going to make a pen pot that looked like a head, but because of all the videos, Bookworms, my phone crashed whilst I was realised. So
see, Bookworms is the worst,
the
isn't it?
sketch I did for Bookworms. So it's
Bookworms problems.
A bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
This is right. It's not so much GPK themed. I had a subscriber request I made of Rude Ralph. And I did. I've just not uploaded the video yet. And I wanted to make it with proper hair.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll buy stuff with the item for the project, but the only thing I could doesn't look very good at all as a buy. A lot of the times these projects that I do just end up costing an arm and a leg. Well,
sure.
Real, you know what I mean. For the fact that I'm not technically making anything, sometimes it can be a nightmare when something doesn't go to plan. That's half the fun. You learn so much when you make mistakes. So work first time all the time.
It's a mad scientist lab for sure for a while until you figure it out. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
it's like, to be honest, I see something that I've not used before, and I jump like I got this stuff. I'm gonna use it. It's like I think it was either Japanese or it's I don't even know what it is properly. It's kind of heat soluble silicone that you can mold around something, let it cool, cut it off, and then use it as a that up and reuse it. So it's I buy it just because I want to have a try with it. I've not really used it for yet, but at some point I want to make a character or something. Me making something random like a bowl, and that'd be perfect to kind of make a mold of a stick some UV resin in it or something.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But, stuff like that. That's kind of a lot of the time. If I'm not doing anything, that's just thinking of super random stuff. Glue ends together to make it work as an idea. But it's fun. It is fun. So generally, if I'm not scared, feeling slightly burnt out of doing one thing or another, I'm something completely different. So if I'm not sculpting, I'm messing like the silicone heads. I say silicone,
dead Ted
latex.
Kinda. Oh, okay.
And These were the ones today, but I'd left them inside too that really come out so I could paint them because they're made from latex. And then I painted them with a latex paint so it doesn't kind of rub off or peel off or anything like that. Really chuffed with these. I thought some take off. I think Tops just needs to have a good old gander at them because I could see these in Walmart.
Yeah.
I'd swear people would want them all if they made a good you could kind of manipulate and do your own puppet.
It surprised me they haven't licensed something. I mean, who knows what we'll get out of the Madball collaboration? I don't know. Maybe there's more I don't know, but they seem to have licensed everything in the world the past years.
I
know I was
the wine stopper, the Garbage Pail Kid wine stopper, and
I forgot about that.
I like it. I don't drink a lot of wine, so I've got no use for that. This is something I picked up. Sorry, carry on.
What was that? No, I was going to say, remind me of the cookbook coming out soon. It hasn't come out yet. I believe it's out in September, the cookbook. I saw the pre-orders for that. I didn't buy it, and I'm not sure I don't think I will. I don't know if I will buy it, but I might buy it as a joke. I might, just as a joke. I don't think.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I've seen.
Yeah.
I think they've done preview pages of some of the kind of recipes. I like the idea of a cookbook. I remember having a cookbook when I was younger. It's nothing to do with Garbage Bean cookbook. And some of the things in it was Orphic biscuits, which I can remember following the recipe to a tip at the end of it going, well, they're not nice. But, it was just the fun of kind of being this mad cat. It got me into cooking and things like that. I think that's just another way of being creative cooking. Like, I don't know if I taste everything like a chef now. One, because I've been a chef, or two, because I've with an end result you end up with biscuits tasting like garlic. I'm conscious of what I'm putting in things, but yeah, I like the idea of the cookbook. But if it's not going to be tasty food in it, why? I don't know.
Yeah.
The
other reason is Joe Simcoe the illustration, so that's a pretty good reason to own it. I mean, he does fantastic art. So
no, definitely.
For me, that would lead me in the yes direction because Joe's a nice guy and he does fantastic art. So
it does.
So I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I don't know.
I think I ordered, which I'd probably take a cookbook out now. Thinking about it because I carry cards, if I'm honest, but it's just one. I don't think you can buy them in the UK. I'll pre-order that. Yeah. Kind of email regarding it or anything. So whether or not they just paid someone some money for nothing, I don't know. I was going to show this up. Something I've got when I was at that show in Rotterdam.
Like a Tom Bunk. Like a bunk? Or
it's probably not a well-seen pick that is done, just because it's not for Garbage Pail Kids. It was for which was like a convention.
It looks a little different than bunk, but it's
a classic bunk. His characters on it.
His just a new rendition of it. He did. I've seen something like that before from him. He does sell some unique posters at conventions. I've seen that, but I hadn't seen it. I hadn't thought about it in a while. It's been years. That's pretty neat, though. Yeah. He's a really interesting guy to meet. Interesting. Yeah. He's
a fantastic guy. I'd love to meet him again. I've met him once, and I was nervous meeting because he kind of would be. I was in another country. Convention on my own, so I was kind of a little nervous anyway, I suppose. As soon as I kind of got talking to both him Sendu and Simona Arena the year that I'd gone. They're so down to earth. You immediately kind of feel at home and kind of worried about it all.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about a lot of artists I found, and especially ones that have been around a long time. They're just really down to earth and cool. I'm sure some have their moments and some aren't, but I haven't ran across many that are like that. Thank goodness. Especially the Garbage Pail folks. Like most of the Tops folks have been all great, and especially the artists. Just really cool to meet. I've only got a few I need left. I need to meet John Pound. I have not met John Pound. Hard to find him, but he's on the other side of the country from me, so it's gonna be hard to meet him one day. I know a few folks got to meet him a couple of years ago, but he'd be a cool guy to meet. He seems he's really chill. yeah, he's. But,
I'd love to come over to America and do kind of shows to kind of see as knowing that it's not going to be something I could do every. You know what I mean? It's a difficult one. I really wanted to go to the non-Philly sports show. It weren't meant to be, but I was really thankful for you sending me the goods in there. I've got those here. Just to say thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, you're very welcome. I was
to someone else that got me a sketch Warholler as well, and I wanted to show you that just because
that is neat. Yeah,
cool thing to see. And so I managed to get two bits from that show, which is really cool.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot there. Yeah, when I was there and I talked to him for a while, he had a binder with some paintings in it, some of the newer stuff. Definitely some of the newer stuff he'd worked on in the past, brand new series level, maybe all new series, a little bit of that, but I didn't see anything. I saw a brand new series in there, and it was just him, and he had a stack of old cards that he'd worked on. He could just sign and hand to kids. He was just a friendly guy. He didn't have a bunch of posters and things to sell. He might have had one or two small posters, but he didn't have a lot of stuff to sell. Just a really personable guy. I mean, I was really impressed with James Worrell. I really was. He gave a card to my son. My card, it's on his bed at home downstairs. He's got it in there, so it's pretty neat. And he signed two for me. And I was, he was a cool guy. I talked to him later at the dinner. We had a dinner after that too. It was pretty nice. So yeah, really nice guy.
And going to that dinner was probably the main drive to wanting to go. And because I've got cards from previous, when they had and Brent Engstrom.
Yeah. They're metal cards. They were metal cards.
Card.
Yeah.
That's right. Some of those cards from the show in Rotterdam, and I was kind of told the evening meal, and I was like, "Wow, evening meals!" And then when you hear that it's one being planned, I want to go to that. But
so that was interesting. That during that meal, Bobby, for dessert they had I've had it on Instagram. I think there's a picture of it. Picture of the cake. I think I posted it. So they brought out a cake and they had airbrush. That dual card they made was airbrushed on the cake.
Wow.
And I don't remember who that was for, whose birthday it was for. I believe it was for Brett's birthday. I can't remember. I could totally be wrong about that. But it was for like a birthday occasion. It was for one of them. But they had that cake there. It was pretty neat. Talked about it was for his birthday, or recently, at least it had been or something. But I've got a picture of that on my Instagram. It's got with it before it's cut and after it's cut. So we all served a piece of the art to eat. It's pretty funny.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's a really that's when at the old venue. They were at the venue then. The new venue is a much larger venue, nicer, and the dinner was at a better place too. It was catered a little higher end. It's still very, very normal, but Yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I hope next year, we were still kind of people getting over traveling and everything with the virus and stuff that went through. But this is the first time this year I went to the spring show. I usually go to the fall show, which shows less is not attended as much. But I've always just sort of ended up going to that one because of my family's usually busy at the spring. So, but and I don't know if I'll go to the fall show. I may not. I haven't decided yet. I sort of decide, the month of. But there's good people coming to the next one too. So. And that's October 16th, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about. I've got. I'm on the mailing list now. An update to when stuff's happening. Yeah, it's something I definitely will be doing in the future. So, Philly or somewhere, I'll be coming over. It's just a matter of when. I suppose.
Yeah, there aren't many big non-sport card shows. There's a lot of tiny small ones, and then there's pockets of non-sport inside regular card shows and hobby shows and stuff. But traditionally, that one's been around a long time. So it's the age and the connections there. That's really what it's about. And I think you know that. You've seen that. But and there's one in Chicago, I think. It's a little small, a little different, but it's good. I've never been to that one. It's a little far for me to venture for that, but yeah, maybe one day. Yeah. You've got your own sketch card stock too. I wanted to see that if you got a few of those to show. I've never seen the back of it, I think. Yeah, you just recently started with your own stock, right?
Yeah, I wish I didn't do what I did on the front of the card, just because control what they do. Can you? So when they do off cut or offset, I immediately see stuff like that, and I'm like, well, I don't want to use that card. Like hundreds of cards are exactly the same, and you're just like, and I have to use them. But it's like a mix of cards I've done for previous sets.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Whenever I've finished a set, I've kind of, after I've done all my scans, I tend to lie them on the floor. I just take a photo of them all in one pile.
Yeah, a lot of. Yeah.
So see what's there. It's just
yeah. By Robert, yeah, neat.
Mm.
That's okay. I haven't seen the back yet. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm not a fan of the as much, but the front I changed.
Yeah. Well, you can color through the logo too. I mean, that front's not right in your way. I guess but I can understand being off cut, like off centered a little bit. That's, that's funny you say that. Like every time I know I do this, or when it does, I'm sure when we get our blanks from Topps or any company, and they have a border around them, you look at them and Topps miscuts them a lot. So you go through there and you try to find some of the straightest. You keep those for your returns, and then draw the other ones. And as you start to work on it, you keep looking at them, like, are those really straight? Or maybe these are straighter. Like the whole time you're really thinking about that. But and sometimes it's more of a problem. I've had a few sets we worked on. I don't know which ones anymore. I've forgotten, but that were just all off cut. They just all crap. But they're okay. You know what? I found that collectors who do comics, I've never had trouble with that. No one's really ever cared, except for me. So a person cares, it's okay. And the same thing with the panos and the trip to sketches. If there's a crease in them or they're folded weird, I just try to grab the ones that aren't damaged, because we have gotten them damaged. I mean, it's. I think one of my shape cards came back last time, and it was folded inside the case weirdly, and all kinds of stuff. But it happens. It's cardboard, so you do your best with it. But I like your card. I mean, it looks good. I need to get. I am 3 years overdue doing that. I've been flirting with doing that kind of card forever, and I never like the design. I never get what I want. I think about that too. Like, what do I want on the front of the card? Do I want something on the bottom? Do I want something on the top? Is it going to get in the way? All these stupid things that are just like trivial.
Getting it.
Yeah,
it's one of the. As soon as I got them, I thought, I knew I shouldn't have had the board. Like, I don't mind drawing a border on. You know, if I could have drew it on.
Mhm.
And for some reason I thought I'd border on it, but it just restricts you by that time. You could have had a little bit more room to do.
Well, I like to
took
remove
that
the
choice
border
off
and
yourself.
I like to remove the border and bring the character out of the border a little bit sometimes. So I like seeing the border, but that's sadistic because I could just not have the border. I mean, I if I did my own, but you know,
No, I agree with you. I like,
yeah,
especially when you've got out and
yeah, it gives you like a little perspective
against
difference.
the
Yeah,
white. I think
hmm
probably one of the reasons why I had the border on that. But the pain of trying to get rid of that ink where the arm is. At least with the Bookworm sketches, the ink just lifted off. So if you wanted to do
sandpaper eraser, sandpaper eraser is what it is.
I've tried those, and I've even
Oh
tried
yeah.
getting the one that you get, you know, with
Oh
the ones that look like a pencil.
Yep.
I can't
Yeah,
find
there's
any
one of
in Japan
those.
now.
You can't find any, but there's two different models of those, and of course
There's
we
a
won't be
small
able to
guy.
find. Oh, there they are. This one here you're talking about. This one here with the
best
so these
of
were all
removing stuff is with an electric rub.
electric rubber
Tends
too.
to do
Yeah,
quite a good
I
job.
had one of those early on. So this model, it matters which one you have. They make a regular eraser model, but this is the 1058, and the B is the brush. But the 1058 Perfection by Faber-Castell, that is the one they make. They make one that's pink that doesn't have the sandpaper effect in it. But this is even more fine than this. Like these are Tombows. These are Tombow erasers here. That's all that is a Tombow.
Mine are black.
Yeah.
Rubber,
No. That's a rubber eraser. That's a regular eraser. Yeah.
is that just
like a regular stuff.
It's quite bendy.
Yeah, this one, if you rub it off in your hands, you can feel like there's a grit in it. So you've got to have that grit in there to tear it off. And I've used these for many sets, but you're right. With the Bookworm set, you could rub it off with your finger almost. It was just crazy. With a regular eraser, I was terrified as I had to draw several back, which is what happens. But, you know, honestly, if you just paint over it, you can just paint over it as well. If you're going to use a little acrylic paint, you can get over it too. But I try not to go into the paint or the pencil realm unless I'm doing a return because that's more time and there's more care with it. I try to keep it just marker and pencil is where I try to stay with for every normal card. And if I get to paint, then it's more like highlights and enhancements. I don't want to have to do that. I have painted a couple of hands here or there, but
there's a couple.
These are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of those.
Yeah, I'll send you that. I'll send you that model. Yeah. You researched modeling clay. I researched erasers and white pens. I looked for years to get like the perfect stuff that worked for me, and maybe there's even better stuff out now. But this is what I came up with, and I had to order these off Amazon because I had some that looked just like them that were different, and they didn't work. But yeah,
looks like I think that's funny. What I've got.
I know, we're excited about pencils. I know.
Well, it's funny.
That's how it works.
So I went into an art shop and I'm just looking at pencils. I'm thinking, you know what I should be buying a hat.
It's a quill. It's the quill. That was horrible.
That was
I got ink everywhere. It's a funny one. Yeah, I'll do that again. I'll do it again sometime soon, but or at least before the end of the year. That was fun. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
No.
I shouldn't have tried to color with it, but to line with it, it's not that bad. Not bad.
It's just
controlled accident.
As soon as it's 100% wrong, I suppose.
I have this too. It's like a stick, like a stick pencil. I don't know where I got to. It's a stick, and they've milled a piece of lead in the end of it, so it's literally just a stick you can draw with. I thought that'd be funny to use. Yeah, just funny pencils. But.
Some weird pencils. I don't know if I'll be able to find them quickly now. It's essentially just a block of graphite inside sheath, and I didn't realize at the time, but with a bit of graphite, you know, the nib would have been at least 4 mil wide. Quick enough to show you now.
Oh yeah, sure.
But
sure.
at the time cool buy, but I've not used it yet. A use for it, which is annoying. But what I've not found a use for is the Waterbrush Pen. So
Yeah,
it's just
those are neat. You can fill the reservoir and use it. Yeah,
water in there, and then you use it with watercolors. I used to play around with watercolors a long time ago, in ages, and I thought, oh, that'd be fun to have a play with at some point. But I've just
I know a few artists have used them on the sketch for watercolors. They've used Tombows that were water based as well, which probably makes more sense to me to use Tombows because with the watercolors you could get too saturated on the card. I think it's a bad idea to use it, but it's just too risky. But yeah, watercolors. I have some of those pens. It's funny you do kind of do. I have a collection of art stuff in the experimental pile that I've never used. I have them. I carry them around forever. They're in a Ziploc bag, so I can take them with me if I want to. They're pre-filled with water, but I haven't used them yet. Great, but I haven't got to it. I'm playing with acrylic right now. I'm playing with some acrylics and playing more so than I do normally. And then I have some gouache acrylic as well, which is a little more matted finish, but it's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and I don't have a lot of time right now. So, and
it's one of the things I noticed. Film. I didn't paint a lot for Bookworms. I painted a couple, and I mean, you'll probably see when it comes to me uploading the video, a majority about 4 minutes long, and usually about 10 minutes before 4 minutes is probably 40 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that. And the ones I've painted are usually like 8 minutes long. So you can tell just from the length of a lot more time on it, and you can see why I only done a couple of paint. It's silly to spend so much time painting them, especially when we had just a couple. I thought I'll have a go at this.
I always like to do a really good job on the single return, just the singles that go in the packs, because I think a lot of those get skipped as far as like a lot of time sometimes. But and then I put a lot of time in the panos, and I've lost easily. I remember a semicolon I did. It was what I really thought I did a pretty good job on a couple series back, and I think I spent 4 hours on it. I just stood there. I just sit there and I lost time. I did 4 hours. It looked great, but I was like, I can't do that for everything. So, but I was near the end, and I used to save the bigger cards to the end and do them last.
Yeah, I tend to do it the same way.
But I reversed that. I've still done it that way, but I've also started to reverse how I do now. Because some other artists talked to me and they said they do it backwards. So I tried it back. I tried both directions, and at the end of the day, I can't tell a big difference. But I just want to make sure that all the cards are of good quality. But the big cards, I guess they do need to look pretty good. But we see a mixture of them out there, don't we? We see a mixture of just black and white ones and quick pencil work, and then which are fine. That's nothing wrong with that. But I always try to do a good amount of color on them and spray them and stuff, and choose subjects that are good for large format too. Like not everything translates well to a small card or to a large puzzle. They don't always work. So,
No, I agree. It's definitely a weird one with the panos from Bookworms. The panos are probably my favorite out of triptych and puzzle cards. I like the puzzle cards. Bookworms would have been really good to do the puzzle cards with, just because you click the banners and the nameplates off quite easily with a bit of cell. Have like a huge space to fill, but so it's a shame we didn't do them. Which is a bit of a shame, but
Bobby,
they're my favorite.
Bobby, I'm gonna pull up some of our chats here and go. I'm sorry everybody, I've kind of ignored the chat. We've been talking, so but there's some chats over there on the side. Bobby, if you can see them, But just saying hello to Patrick and JQ Lantern. Well, Bobby's been responding to you. That's great. See, you've been polite. I haven't been, so it's Blintimus Prime. That's cool. Thanks everybody for jumping in. Just looking at the chats, make sure there wasn't any questions we missed or anything. Retro Hero, hey, good to see you.
Oh, crumbs. There's a massive chat on mine. Hey, everyone. Sorry, I did Ricky's channel, not mine. So I didn't realise. Just quickly.
Trenton from the beach. Yeah, we were really ignoring stuff here. So did you? I didn't ask you, Bobby. So did you enable it to go to your channel too?
Sorry.
Were you able to enable it to go to your channel at the same time? This stream?
Yeah, I did. I didn't think it worked.
Good.
But
good.
It has. But I've logged in under a different account and working now. I'll turn it down. So it's
cool.
not. Get into a position where I can reply. It's weird though, it doesn't show your own video. I don't know how.
Cool. Yeah. Hey Joe, good to see you out there. Playing with pastels again, huh? Oh man. Yeah, those will rub right off. They're gonna rub right off. No, pastels are pastels, sorry. They're really nice to work with, actually, but they're one of the banned substances we can't use on Topps cards, including blood, poop, urine, racial stereotypes, and pastels we can't use. So, or smudges, really. But some folks do get away with putting stuff on the cards. I don't know. They get other things on there.
Yeah.
So. Good for them, you know?
It's crazy. Oh, wow. It's quite a big chat. I'll catch up with it later.
Yeah, it's good when you just ignore the chat.
Live chat.
I'm not sure how it handles in this interface. So yeah, we're using Restream, so it's a little different. I've never used it in production. I've just played with it, but we should be streaming over to Facebook for me, YouTube for me, and then you can enable it to go to your stream. So I can do it to 3 streams, I think. So
it's very cool. Well, if I've ignored anyone,
that's great
in the chat, I apologize.
Yeah, it's good.
It's still
it was all Bobby's fault. Yeah, he was responsible for all that, and I had no part in it. Even though I forgot to look at the chat. You know what's thing is in the lobby there was a different menu at the bottom for me to enable it, and I went to look at there, and we had to go live before we enabled it to see it. So we can do a chat overlay, and we can do that now. We can do that for fun. Let's try that. How about that? Now you can be on the screen and yell at us if you want to. Ask questions, which you can ask your questions again. I mean, if we ignored you before, it'd be great. No, I'm all for the pastels there, Joe. If you want to use them, go for it. You could I think you could seal them. I think you could just seal them. It'd be fine, right?
Yeah, hairspray works well to seal pastels.
Hairspray, lacquer with a paintbrush, just over it'd be fine. Whatever. Don't listen to me. Let's see. There we go. There's one, though. The technology does work. Now everyone's left or they're quiet. Yeah.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
What else were we talking about? I can't. I got anything else to show? It was done randomly whilst I was making the paddle ball.
The paddle ball was interesting. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. You have a lot of paddle ball rejects laying around, like all prototypes, right?
Yeah, I've got a lot of rejects. Essentially, a lot of issues with the eyes. I was doing it. I was in just a small amount of silicone stem, and
Yeah.
if there's no bubbles, it works really well because it's a high silicone. But if there's a bubble in there, and there would all of them, it would break. So you don't see it in about like 20 random that are just missing, and one that kind of looks like the basketball character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does.
Didn't
Yeah.
really work that much. It was just worth a go before the mold I used broke. But yeah, I was really happy with how that came out. I made another version. Essentially, there's a difference with these ones. It's not just silicone used a high 10 crisp, but it's silicone. Well, so this is super stretchy and really strong. So you could probably really tug on the eyes, and they won't come off there now. So there was a bit of a learning curve. Another thing, I don't think I even showed you yesterday, that I've just not finished yet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's to go into like a PSA slab.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. You did a few of those, didn't you? You did a few PSA slab style characters, didn't you?
Yes, I've done one. So the only issue is because, I mean, I might get away with it. I tried it because it's quite thin. The issue I was having is it was just slightly too big to just two normal slabs. So I didn't video it because it was. I technically did watching it back after I'd filmed it. It was the boring thing you could ever see because you really couldn't tell what I was essentially.
I doubt that somebody'd be interested to see it. I'm sure they'd be interested to see it. Maybe, that's the kind of thing. You know, you film so much stuff and you throw it in the pile, and you're like, no one wants to ever see that, and maybe they don't. You know, but there might be something interesting. You have to watch all that content, though. You and I were talking about editing yesterday and how much time that takes, and I was listening to your process, and I was like, that's a little different than what I do. I remember doing stuff like that, and I'm jealous because it's less steps. I feel like I have to take. Yeah, I haven't. I'm jealous because you've got your videos ready to upload, and they're up there already for Bookworms, and I have a whole stack that I haven't really edited. So I'll have to get to that tomorrow. But
more down.
You know, to get that done,
space on my phone.
Yeah, it's down to your space. You have a need to get rid of it.
The card, I knew I'd need some point, otherwise the phone would be full.
I need to throw some hard drives out and destroy some memory cards, and that would be more proactive in getting my videos up. That's what you're telling me, I think, because it's true. I would probably. But I still run tight on space, and I need to get those done. You know, I've got stuff that's old now. It's too old. It's like I'll have to put legacy videos up, like, but old timey, like an old timey filter over them. Yeah.
Now it's like there'll be like videos 9 years old uploaded. I'm like, how am I only seeing this now? I'm always searching.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just make a giant compilation that's sped up really fast, time lapsed. It'll just be everything at once. It'll be a 3-day video, and it'll just be time lapsed 3 days. I should do that. It'd be hilarious.
Your life flashing before your eyes. Just
and can you imagine the music? Can you imagine all the music clips you'd have to put together to make that work? Because you need music.
God.
So it would take forever to make. It'd be horrendous.
It would take forever.
Yeah.
Gosh, I think about that. Oh.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest bugbears. Someone that enjoyed playing music and wanted a music play alongside my art. That would be a stroke of genius. Worked with what I was doing on the card. YouTube. There's a lot of good songs on YouTube, but it's finding them. It's like looking for like a needle in a haystack, essentially.
Yeah, and
you go by year,
don't,
then you're like, I'll go by genre, and then you go,
genre. You try.
Songs are like super happy or like all
or depressing or just full metal, or it's like it may not go with the card you're working with to the subject. Like some parts, yeah, it's a good song, but it doesn't work with what you're doing. I had one that I had my son do one. I'd try my son who's 9. I had him try out and do some. I showed him the software I was using. He's very adept to it. He made a video. It's pretty good. He edited it pretty well, and the music he had some music clips he used, and he got it pretty close. But he reused some of the clips I had, some of the music from the Karate Kid style video I did with a puzzle card, and it has a little bit of a over Asian theme in it. Makes sense, right? But he blended it with the card. It didn't make sense, so we didn't use it. But he did a great job. I was like, I've enlisted my child to do videos for me because I don't have to. But he's doing it, so maybe one day he'll do it. Yeah, and then Joe in the chat, you need to make some music for us. That was great. I would love to have Joe do some music for us because he does some great stuff. Yeah. No pressure, Joe. But yeah, I would use his stuff in a heartbeat. But his stuff is probably copyright protected, so we can't do that. But
problem a lot of the time, I don't know how they find it. Years ago on an old YouTube channel I had, and I put a random song that I just plucked off Google. It's a song about peaches, and I don't know. That never. Then other videos I did had I think it was on that got copyrighted. One got banned in Germany. I mean, I get it, the whole copyright thing, but music going to something completely unrelated, it makes you think, how did they know that it was there?
Well, they've got an algorithm running. Yeah, they're pretty good at it. They've got Google can do that. I had a test stream last year, a year before. I had a camera phone. I had an iPhone. The footage I had an old iPhone. It did a great job, HD, and I was recording something I was doing privately to just for testing, and I was listening to Joe Rogan or something. I think at the time I had some podcast playing, whatever, and it gave me a copyright strike because I had listened to a.
Damn.
So now I'm paranoid about listening to music while I draw. If I record something, I strip out the audio entirely, or I don't record the audio anymore, actually, because I'll voice over or I'll just insert music like you said, we talked about. But now I'm really conscious of that, and it sucks because I'd like to just be able to play anything, play music, it'd be fine. But oh well.
No, it's weird.
We want to make sure
when I'm editing my video, I'll kind of
like Joe,
take
artists,
the sound out.
Yeah, we want to make sure people get paid. It's fine, but so royalty-free music. But there is as well, so it's not hard to get. It's just one more thing we have to do besides draw. Just extras. So, well, Bobby,
and it's not.
Do you have anything else? Yeah, it's not going to the record companies either. It's going to them. It's not going to the artists. It's going to the record companies. That's true. Yeah. Bobby, do you have anything else you wanted to share with us tonight? You want to show us anything else, or?
I
don't know if we could hear you earlier about how you got into actually doing, interest in garbage pail kids. I think your microphone that you had, your wireless mic, went a little trouble.
Oh, right, yeah. So how I got into it initially, it's always been a part of background in a way. For some reason, it stood out. I don't know if it was me that bought the cards or my own cards, but I can remember sticking cards to stuff, or at least sticking the stuff. And I think I brought it down. I don't know if I brought it down. Did. In fact, I do have some more things to show off real quick. I won this on Abo's channel. JC 208, I think it is. Which is awesome. It's fan made, but
Yeah.
Yeah. And I won some Case channel, so I recommend people check out these channels. I won some sapphire cards. Sent me a sketch card that he did. So this card here, I won from another YouTube, which I'll shout them out. It's Crazy Card. I recommend people subscribe to his channel because I won this, and because I think only 2 people have kind of entered the and it's an awesome sketch. So yeah, subscribe to these people's channels, not but because they've got awesome content. Lee G here, he sketches on his channel, he opens packs. Crazy Card World, he kind of documents, so to speak, so he'll film all the cards, so he's got an incredible back. It's just going through all sorts of sets from, you know, and then this bought, I think it's a sketch card I bought, and I don't think I showed it off I brought it down to show off. I may have shown it off. It's just a sketch, and I just thought I'd show it off, and I brought it down. But the reason I got into that pile was because of GPK. See, I recorded Garbage Pail Kids on VHS when I was a kid, and the tape in stickers. Unfortunately, like kids do, and I've doodled on the stickers, which is a real shame now. What can you do? But I remember the cards being bigger, but it obviously weren't. They are the UK sized cards.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've kind of watched this periodically through my life. Introduced so many friends to it growing up. You know, let's put a movie on, and I'll stick that on. And it's something heard of, but so yeah, it's always present somewhere in my head. And then when I saw there was a convention in Rock for it, I went to it. Talking with the artist there, realized some of that was a thing, because I didn't even realize that there was at the time. So kind of got encouraged to have a go at it that kind of way. As soon as I realized that they were still selling them on them, but it was far too late to get any kind of decent prices on something prior to.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten any better.
No, it hasn't. But for everyone else, I suppose, just people that haven't already kind of. But and then so yeah, I sent lots. It was over the. Actually, I emailed them weekly. It was like every Thursday, I had a bunch of sketches that I'd do that week, essentially, just for their consideration, and you know, keep me in mind if you're a sketch artist. And on the 3rd week after sending an email, I was kind of thinking, do I keep annoying them? You know, should I be annoying them? Is that? And
don't want to hit the spam filter. Yeah, you don't want to be in the spam filter.
Email, I got an email back. Luckily, I heard back before I kind of spammed them with any more bit. Yeah, and from then it kind of, that was it then, and it was ball rolling really, where it was just, and it's not stopped since then really. I've the bug to do something Garbage Pen when I've not got sketch cards, which is why I'll end up sculpting, just drawing something, or you know, doing something to kind of for it, I suppose. But yeah, so that's how it got in there, I suppose. A bit of the history.
Well, you got it pretty quick. That's it's harder for some. Brian. It's hard. Yes,
Yeah.
Joseph Spam. Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of talented artists out there who will say do
Yes,
fan art.
there's so
That
many
amazing. And I see them all the time get on, and they're on the set, which is awesome. Yeah, I email Tops a little bit for a year. I mean, maybe off and on here. I chatted to them through on their Facebook page too, and said, hey, how do you submit? And it's a mystical process how you get in, right? But once you're in, you're in, unless you really mess up stuff, I guess. But it seems like, or you just don't want to do anymore. But there's always somebody who wants to get in and do some work there. So there's always a demand. But I got in between on an online set, in between sets, and timing, and I sent several samples in, and I got a lot of communication back and forth with the art director then. And I came home one evening, and they wanted to see one more, like another example of my most recent art. And so I came home and I was going to make 3 sketch cards. I was going to make 3, examples, and I ended up doing one. I just did one and sent that in, and was pretty happy with it. And then I never heard anything until I was on the set. Like, they didn't say, yeah, okay, great, or no, it's just here's your invites. No, just leave you hanging. Just leave you hanging. Yeah, it was a different time, but we're back to that now. Sometimes we're back to the no responses sometimes. So, but there's been a lot of different people behind the scenes there at Tops. So
there has, and I imagine it's very big. I can't blame them for not replying. I suppose it's probably someone that deals more with Star Wars that's sat to the minute, and they've probably already got a plate full of stuff.
Yeah, there's a double triple duty there, and some divisions work with, and you might know this too. Like, I get responses back very quickly, and I know the people, I can talk to them, and they're easy. I've got some good contacts at Tops. Then I've got some that are a rotating seat that I don't really know when I'll get a response, and it's like that. It's like you're saying. There's people doing double duty, or it's just a responsibility for a little while. So it's frustrating for us in the communication. You imagine it's frustrating not to get your cards. It's frustrating not to know if you're working on a set, or you get approved a return or something. It's all kinds of little weird things or get paid, or get your cards shipped to you. Those kind of things.
Paid's a big one, because I hate talking money anyway. The last thing I'm on saying, hey, give me some money.
Hey,
when they haven't paid, do you remind them? Do you just wait patient, hope that one day they go, oh, let's pay him? We might as well. See, it's a weird one. I need to send another email about it. I keep putting it off because I don't like it.
Yeah. I send one, it's everybody's preference, but if I don't get paid, I mean, I don't know how often they run payroll cycles and payments, but is it every week? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it every month? So I don't really know their accounting situation. So I just stay in communication, or try to, at least every other week or every month. If I'm, it depends, it's not like we get paid a lot for it, but again, like you said earlier, we do our bulk in our commissions. The bulk of the commissions is where we really make anything, if we make anything. So, and we do it because we like the subject.
I enjoy it to a point where if they didn't pay me, upset. I've got return cards and stuff. It's just one of them where if everyone else has gotten paid, figure did I get this?
Yeah, and that's not permission Tops not to pay Bobby. You got to pay him still. He heard that, but I
or just send me
agree.
More returns.
That works too.
I've got board here. I'm wrestling with it at the minute. Just before we started this, filled it with plaster of Paris, just because it was summer out of. I've never cast anything other than wax in it, even work, but I just thought I'll try and pull it out now, and it's something else that would never have been in a video, because
all right, well,
kind of failed video, really. The candle didn't, it never went up. Oh, it's kind of, I think there was some wax stuck in the fingers, but I can probably sculpt that on later. It's
oh yeah,
I don't know if you can tell from that.
Yeah, Milton.
Melton.
Milton.
I've done the whole. It was meant
ambitious.
to be a big candle.
Very ambitious. Yeah, nice.
It's the first version of it because the candle didn't work when I pulled it out. So it's for everyone to see.
Oh yeah, that's very awesome.
But,
Yeah, see, that's
well, that kind of worked.
you got all kinds of stuff, surprises for us. It's you're working on there. It's awesome. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, there's lots of
Very
projects.
cool.
Thanks.
Is that now? Did you say that's a commission or is that just one you were working on?
This was again, essentially the idea was to make this guy as like a candle.
Mm-hmm.
And that cast out of it. And I did make I bought all the kit to make candles, you know, wicks, research different types of wax because some wax is burned out to get the type of wax that was on the wick. I made the candle, but this part didn't come out the, and then I tried lighting it and it burnt fine. Left this whole chunk of wax just and not really what you're looking for in a candle. Burn down the back. But it would have been worked if the candle had just kind of melted. I don't know. Some ideas I don't fully think. I get a nugget of an idea and I start running with it. Later on I find out.
No, it looks pretty cool, man. It may not have met your plan there, you know, which you planned out, but it looks really good. I mean, you look at your chat, everybody's loving that.
Too bad.
Yeah, I mean it's
with a bit of paint on it, it might a little bit. It needs a bit of fixing. The fingers, you can see where the fingers wax that was stuck in the mold or something. So where they're shareable, it was a bit of a fixture together because I thought, oh, I'll do this the stream and then maybe I can demold it during the time because it had an hour cure time. And it doesn't look that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, looks
quietly
cool.
surprised. I put water in it because I knew there was some wax in there, but I thought it'd have melted it out, but never bubble. I don't know. These things happen with mold sometimes.
I've got some clays over here. I've got some clays that I was going to use to. You've got a Atom Bomb Funko Pop You video. I thought you'd worked on and corrected it. You did some modification to it.
Yes,
I can't remember the actual video. And I was looking at doing that years ago. I have a whole bunch of clay over there. You can sort of cook the pieces and put them on, and adhere them to it. And I had that over there as a project, but I never got that far with it. You've got such a nice collection of stuff over there, Bobby. I hope you keep making these. What? I mean, I hope that you get recognized for them more so because they're awesome. I don't know how many. I know you said you put some up on Deal or No Deal for the past few weeks, but man, I hope someone picks them up because they're special.
Yeah, I hope that buying some of them. It'd be cool because I mean, people buy more, make more. It's one of them things where at the minute I've not really got any room to replace ones I've got.
So,
like this guy's a commission. So if people commission one, we making these ones, and this one's quite tough, but I've done it so.
Oh, he's candy bar, right?
He's got a box of candy.
The box of chocolates. Yeah.
Box of chocolates there, or you can kind of swap that out and crumbs, chocolate bar, candy bar.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. He's got accessories. Then, look at this. Okay. It's awesome.
Got an ice cream.
And
he's got like a donut with.
That's neat.
I've done a load of accessories, to be honest.
You need to make a tiny fat mat GPK card to put in his hand too. In a
that'd
slab.
be brilliant. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna have to do that now.
Well,
mini bits of kind of thin clay of cards on
well, everybody in the
other
chat,
projects.
you heard him. He has no more room to make any more artwork, so you're gonna have to buy some of these things because he's got to make more. That's what I heard. You didn't have any more room, so that's the way it works. That's what would happen at my house. My wife would maybe get rid of it, so I would have to get rid of stuff. But I don't have that much of a problem, so yeah. So I hope you put more of them up.
Yeah, no, I do have to put more up. It's one of them. It'd be nice to try and, like you say, make some money from some of this stuff. It's been a hobby for the longest time.
It's a hobby.
And I think you can even see on some. I'm getting better at it. I would never say that I'm the best because I'm always trying to learn. I'm
always improving. Yeah, sure.
I'm always trying to pick up techniques and we're never too young to learn something new. I'm always learning. The fact that I'm learning stuff all the time when it comes to any of the things I think I know something about. So yeah, that's what excites me with stuff like art, stuff to learn all the time with all these kind of random things. It's projects like this that you learn more. It's like there's ones I might show pictures of, obviously ones that I don't have anymore. They've would it be? I've got a picture of candle. That was the failed candle. That was how it.
Oh, okay.
You can see the version that I made in the background.
Yeah, the new version in the back. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm not seeing them here. That's the upchuck. I've not got that here.
Oh,
That's
wow.
upstairs,
Yeah.
down. That one's got quite a bit of detail on it.
Is that is the puke translucent that you've got there, like the throw up?
Yes, the puke's resin.
That's a resin.
It was a bit of a painting. It's I think I've got it here. I vomit. Oh, it's up here. Vomit. I made out of one, then cast it in like silicone, so I could then pour resin in there. But I also set like the items that's in the vomit into the silicone, so when the items were kind of submerged in the silicone. In the an odd process. I did it on this that I did as well. Struggling to find the pictures I want, but there's a few sculptures I've done. In fact, it might be on this.
It's like Bobby has a lab for creating GPK, or it's like he's the mad scientist of GPK. I just never realized it that much. It's
a bit of a.
Well, it is if you're experimenting and finding new techniques and using new materials and things. I get it. Yeah.
These are some. So I did a.
Oh yeah.
With
yeah.
Can't remember the name of the eggs. It's Sigourney.
The alien. It's the alien car. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
Is that still blue? I did an Eerie Eric.
I like that.
I did him in an armchair, but the main reason
cool.
person
His face is great.
It's printed there. So I wanted him in the sitting position so we could sit him in the phone chair, but I've not got a photo of that. A Boogie Betty that I made.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wrong
yeah.
Way. Wings.
That's neat. So how long would a piece like that take? Like the Buggy Betty there. How long would that take? And
it depends. a couple of days down to waiting for things to cure.
Yeah, you've got time to wait. Yeah.
But sometimes, like some where
that's awesome too. Yeah.
Is that another one? You kind of you get a bug to finish it, and you probably never finish it all in one go. One, because it'd be too hot to come out the oven or something. But
yeah,
it is one of them where sometimes, or in my head to finish it, I'm like, God, I'll finish it. And once it's done, and it's only when I realise it's 4 in the morning, finish it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably time to get to bed, right? So you said you mentioned something there too. I wasn't sure all the materials you're using, but one of them was you said some of those you cook it so they're hardened. So do you use? I gotta ask this. So I bought a special toaster oven just to the side so I could do toaster oven to do that, like a junk one. I bought one at a yard sale. So where do you bake them? Do you have an oven just for that, or do you use your real oven?
I just use a home oven.
Use the home oven. That's awesome. I get in trouble for that, so I couldn't do that.
You have to wait
some restrictions on me here
in the evening, so I'm not interrupting kind of oven use.
Yeah. This is truly mad scientist lab stuff. You're using the oven. You got to throw the pizza out, throw the sculpture in. You're building candles, and I'm seeing.
I've used it straight after cooking a meal. I might as well whack it in.
That's worth the price of admission right there. That's awesome. I did not expect that, but I get it. Makes sense. Why not? Right. So your creations are food safe, basically. We're saying. So there you go.
A lot of them are. There's one I haven't got it with me right now. It's in the technically good. Fetch it. It's not GPK, but it's hilarious. An ice cube that looks like ice cube. Food safe silicone.
It's great.
Ice cube tray, and it only makes one frozen ice cube. You could have floating in your drink, which crack. But the food safe silicone is really expensive, but fun. That was a fun little project. I need to make one.
You need to make the 12 tray one or the 6 tray, whatever you can make. Just make a tray and put a GPK character face in it. Our ice cube's fine too. That's fine too. Whatever you. I mean, that would just be. It's not even about selling it. It's really cool. That's a really cool thing. I mean, I'm going to tell you what I was going to do.
Things I come up with is an idea, and I'm thinking that'd be a cool thing to do.
That's a cool thing. Yeah,
I get such a bug to do it, or at least to see if I'm just. I'll end up stopping a project, see if something will work. But it's even messing around with these kinds of things. There's 101 things I've done to do, like really, really random stuff that I don't know if anyone would want to see it, but when I've come around to either having time to do it, need to buy materials to do it, I'll get round to doing them, and some of it will be cool. Some of it's a bit random, like make like a shelf. Work. You'll have like the spine of a shelf, or the shelf up. The idea was to build that part of like a Garbage Pail Kid character, so it looks like they're kind of pinning the legs against the wall,
holding up the shelf with their legs. Yeah,
like shelves.
Yeah,
it's like a couple of those either side, almost like bookends, but under the shelf. I thought that'd be hilarious to make. Not 100% would go about it, but
well, if you do it, you should film it and share it with people. I mean, that's cool stuff. Whether you think it's a success or will be or not, it at least will inspire people as well, even if it doesn't go well. I'm sure it would, though. Based on what I'm seeing on the shelves over there, I think it's going to go just fine. I mean,
Yeah.
Unless you leave it in the
kind of
oven
thing,
too
really.
long. That's the only problem, you know.
How I'll come up with an idea, doing something else. I'm like, oh, that'd work.
I have a crazy idea how to make I want to make a Slane Wayne piece of art. And that's all I'm going to say about it for right now. But I have some crazy ideas of how I want to make it. And hopefully I'll film that and share it in the future. I have these, you know, I mean, I'm not making figurines, but I have a quill, you know, I could do that again. I don't think that's the Slane Wayne is kind of out there. This thing I want to do is really weird. So it does not involve an oven, but I think it'll be cool. And I like you, I remember working years ago. I had this fixation with getting like you know, getting glow in the dark paint on something's easy, but I wanted to find different ways to put on sketch cards and different stuff. And I, you know, ended up using acrylics and stuff, but I always wanted to find the best way to put glow in the dark effect on a card. And I had pins I made and stuff and different mixtures of paints that were thinner and lighter. And I spent forever trying to get that right. And I got something that works, but in the end, it's just better to paint on, really. But I love glow in the dark stuff, anything like that. So it's always going for that. And then foil. I found some ways to affix foil additives to cards and things to make them give a foil effect, like a true foil effect, not, you know, almost a mirror effect. So, and I've never used them on an official Topps card, but I need to. I did a lot of work to get it right. So I should do it. Some crazy stuff to make it work. Like you're talking about, you have to kind of experiment and figure out what works and how you can make creative art sometimes. You know, like I have this idea and I think it'll work, and you experiment to get it right. So
that's it. It's all about. But you'd be amazed seeing what your idea is going to be. That's exciting.
Yeah. We're coming up on 2 hours here. Anybody in chat have anything else you want to say before we hop off? I guess we've kept Bobby a long time. He's halfway through his night, really, though. He's still got plenty of time to do a few more figures. Make sure the oven's off, kind of thing.
Well, thank you, everyone that's joined us this evening.
Yeah, it's
chat.
been really good to get Bobby on
again.
Yeah, we should.
Time
and next time. Yeah, I was going to say that. Like, I'm really happy to get you on live into the camera and everything. I know you wanted to. It's just like, when do you do it? How do you do it? I pushed him into doing it, guys. I asked him, and I appreciate you coming on and being gracious enough to talk with me for 2 more hours about all this stuff. But and we'll do it again. And next time we can draw live. I know usually we draw on here and we do sketches and things, but sorry, Blood Miss Problem. I know we had some audio problems with the microphone, but
that's my problem. I thought using these, the sound was playing through my phone and it would echo. So I thought if I warmed up that, but it's not been an issue. So
yeah, it's been good since you switched out. It's fun. Yeah. Technical problems happen. Yeah. So that's no big deal.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll do it again soon. I'm gonna have probably Patrick Autrion again next month to finish up some of his sketch cards that I have with me. But he was on in June. He's getting into doing GPK artwork and stuff, just fan art and enjoying it. So, and we'll have Bobby back again soon. Bobby, tomorrow night, GPK Lobby on with the Garbage Kid.
Yes. Yeah.
Trenton's channel will be on, and that's a big one, folks, because that's one where we're going to have a bunch of hot stuff to eat. We've been taunting them for a long time about some reason. I don't know how it started, but we started picking on about eating hot stuff, or picking on Trenton about, you know, eating something hot. So we all have something hot to eat, and we're talking about bookworms, and there might be other stuff I don't know. So that'll be 8 p.m. Eastern, I think, I believe. So in the U.S., you know, wherever that translates to you for it's what, 1 o'clock for you, Bobby. You'll be on? You'll be on tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be on.
Be around.
I'll be watching. I'll be tuning in.
But maybe we can drag you out of chat. I don't know. We'll see. But
maybe
we'll be on that for a little while.
It works now. Cool.
Yeah, it does. See, it works. And yeah, they use StreamYard, and we use Restream. This worked pretty well. So we'll reconvene some other time and go over some new art you're working on, and maybe do a live sketch or some sort. I was thinking about maybe next time we do some Mad Balls or something like that. We can draw some Mad Ball sketches or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Cool.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Bobby, for
all.
being. I really appreciate it. Looking
Thank
forward to seeing everybody out there. And
Cool.
tomorrow is the official release day, so you'll be seeing a lot more art coming from
big day
everybody. So
tomorrow.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, everyone, have a
take it
great
easy,
evening.
everyone.
Take care.
Bye.